This is a very rough market right now. Now, I wasn't licensed in 2018 or 2009, but I'm willing to bet this is probably the roughest real estate market aside from maybe the early 80s. So in this video, I'm gonna go over some alarming statistics here with you guys and what I'm seeing boots on the ground. I'm that agent Kelly. I talk about Canadian real estate and my local market of Abbotsford and the Fraser Valley. If you're into that, subscribe to the channel. If you wanna chat one-on-one, there's a link in my description that you can book yourself into my calendar and we can chat. All right, so let's start off with my local market, Abbotsford, which currently has 543 detached homes on the market, and in the last 30 days, only 33 sales. That is 16 and a half months of inventory, and as you guys know, anything over 6 is a buyer's market. Average days on market for a detached home is now 65 days. These are the active listings that are currently on market, and the median is 45 days. Surrey, 708 detached homes for sale, 32 sales, 22 months of inventory. Average 68 days on market, and median is 51 days on market. Langley, 678 active, 59 sales, 11 months of inventory, so Langley not that bad. Langley has definitely performed the best out of all of the Fraser Valley. 61 average days on market, 43 median, and Mission has 20 months of supply for detached homes. Now going into the attached market, we have North Surrey Condos, 754 active, 53 sales. That's 14 months of supply. This would be your Surrey Central, Guildford, that whole area, right? I get a lot of calls these days from people who want to assign pre-sales that they bought in Surrey Central in 2021, whatever the case may be, sometime, around that time frame. And 99% of the time, I can tell you, it ain't happening. There's just no market for that product right now. I mean, unless you bought a studio, the studios I find will sell. The seller's likely still taking a small bath on them, but the studios will sell. Langley Condos, still doing comparatively well. Langley has outperformed just about everywhere in the last 4 years, especially the attached market, and they're sitting at only 6.7 months of inventory for condos. And Abbotsford is at 8 months of inventory. Now, going into townhomes, we have Abbotsford townhomes still doing really well at 5.2 months of inventory, and that is a balanced market. And if we look at Langley townhomes, and I would say specifically Langley townhomes have just been ridiculously resilient. They're only at 4.5 months of inventory, so they're right in the middle of a balanced market. Surrey townhomes, however, 9.8 months of supply. So there's some shocking stats for the market where we're currently at. I would say that this is crisis level of inventory that we're getting into when you're up at 22 months of supply for some of these product types and areas. Now, why is it that specifically townhomes comparatively to everything else are performing well? For one, it's the cheapest entry point into the market for a 3-bedroom unit that also has a garage, which is a necessity for a lot of people, especially if you have a family. Secondly, you have a lot of people downsizing from detached to townhomes. Now, most of the time I find it's not that they can't afford to keep making the payments on their detached home. It's just that they don't want to, right? It's a lot of money. They want to relax. They don't want to have that mental strain of constantly making that large payment every month. Therefore, they're just getting out of that market and moving into the cheaper product type, which is the townhomes, right? So you have the move-up buyer getting into townhomes, you have the families getting into townhomes, and you have people that own detached homes that are getting into townhomes. And according to these statistics, objectively, it is an unbelievable time to sell your townhome and then get into a detached, right? With, on the sell side, you have a decent amount of leverage with your balanced market in most areas across the Fraser Valley. And then you're buying in areas where, you have 20 months of supply, 22 months of supply, 11 months of supply. So you have a decent amount of leverage on the sell side. And then again, when you go to buy, you also have leverage. So the cards are kind of in your hands on both sides of that transaction right now. Now, what I'm currently seeing boots on the ground is that it is freaking hard to sell a listing right now. The listing needs to be perfect. It needs to be decluttered, depersonalized, possibly even staged, it needs to be cleaned up. You might have to paint, you might have to change some flooring, and then it needs to be the best priced home on the market. It needs to literally appear as a good deal. So you can no longer be priced at whatever the perceived market value is based on comparables. Now, when you bring a home to market, you need to be priced below those comparables so you appear as a good deal. You need to be priced where the market is going, not where it's at currently. You need to be shooting ahead of the running deer, so to speak. Just the other day, I went to a listing appointment and it was a nice home. It was a newer home. It was in a good area. And the seller wanted me to basically do an open house almost every single day of the week, which is a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of work. And after reviewing the stats for that area, detached homes similar to his in that area were selling at a 6% sales ratio. So, I'm gonna front this capital to take on the listing. I'm gonna do spend probably 30 hours a week doing open houses at this place, excluding travel. And then I have a 6% chance of selling this home within the first month. And then obviously, as we go into August, I would say that those odds are probably gonna get, less and less and less if we stay at the price that we initially list at. And I could tell that I wasn't the first realtor that he interviewed, so I'm willing to bet that several other realtors have also said no to taking on this listing. So overall, we are in a buyer's market pretty much right across the Fraser Valley, almost on every single product type in every single area at the moment. Inventory levels are getting extremely high in certain segments of the market. Now, they're actually, overall, the inventory levels are what would be a normal market, but because sales are so low, the months of inventory is so high. If we stay at these levels of inventory for a couple months, which we will, prices will come down. But like I said, it is an amazing time to go from townhome to detached. If you're interested in that, or possibly just talking more about what that looks like, you can book that call with me. Otherwise, do subscribe. I'm that Agent Kelly. I'm making moves to move you. Peace.